Welcome back to Old Folks Racing PS4. Welcome back to the Red Bull Ring for race 2 of round 1. We continue to be with the Formula Renault, and Darren Head was your winner from race 1. He won from 6th on the grid. Remember, before in 2021, no one had won from lower than 4th, and here comes Darren Head with an amazing victory. Diogo Silva and Simon Allen are on the front row for the second race, and in the second we have Kev Allen and Dale Taylor. As we will wait for the start of this race, and we hope it's going to be a more incident-free race than race 1. Everyone seems to have had a good start, and Diogo Silva is taking the lead into turn 1, and you already have contact there at the back of the grid, but minor contact there between two cars, and someone has crashed now. Already a crash, and someone has got, someone went off, but very quickly came on. That was Alonso Fonso, who is now in the second race, having failed to start the first race, and he's dropping down the order. He's in 13th place, but at least he's in the race this time around, as Darren Head is in 5th place. He had a bad qualifying again. He is going to be hopeful to make a similar sort of recovery as in race 1, as he already is on the inside of Chris Russell and took the position. Darren Head is up to 4th place on this first lap. Chris Russell, that finished on an excellent podium in race 1, is down to 5th, as Alonso Fonso, Jorge Jesus, is going to have to make a recovery race, and he's already doing it because he's in 8th place, and he was in 13th just in turn 2. He's already up 5 places just in a matter of a few corners, as Diogo Silva prepares to lead the first lap of this race. Also, the first lap he leads in the spring season of 2021, having qualified on pole in race 1, but having an incident with someone. Now look at this, someone is defending the inside line. That is Kev Allen, I think, or no, it's not Kev Allen, it is Darren Head. It is Darren Head, no, that's Chris Russell, I'm sorry. Chris Russell was defending from Diogo Almeida. Someone running wide into turn 1, quite a big wide line there for one of the drivers. That was Todd Antonio, who is in 9th place. Here comes Chris Russell now on Darren Head in turn 2. An excellent maneuver from Chris, showing how to do an overtake in turn 2 without locking up. But Darren Head now is coming back at him. I think Chris may not be using DRS, and certainly Darren is using DRS, but Chris now protects the inside line. Darren goes to the outside, and a little bit too much to the outside and into the grass. Oh no, that was Diogo Almeida, not Darren Head, I'm sorry. That was Diogo Almeida that was trying to make that move. I apologize, we have a bit of a livery mix-up over here. That was Diogo Almeida that was trying to get 5th place from Chris Russell. Chris defending very well, and then defending in turn 3 and keeping the position. Simon Allen is in 2nd place. He was also in 2nd place at the start, running wide there at the last corner. So did Darren Head, who's in 4th, but Kev Allen is now in 3rd and very, very close to 2nd, and we should follow that fight, because these two certainly are going to have sparks between them. As in race 1, Kev Allen had so many problems, he was barely able to finish in the top 10, but surely he is going to be hoping for better things in this second race, because he is in 3rd place, but locking up quite consistently there, as now he's got DRS, but so does Simon Allen. I don't think he's going to be able to make an attack into turn 3, but what a good battle between these two drivers. And Diogo Silva has opened a gap of almost 2 seconds at the end of the second lap. We are almost at the end of the third, and we have a very, very good battle for 2nd place. And Simon Allen has not run wide, but has they touch, and Simon Allen just run wide, and then came back into the racing line, right into the pathway of Kev Allen. That's a disaster for the Allen brothers that were doing so well here. Look at this, that's Alonso Fonso now on Diogo Almeida, an all-Portuguese battle, and Diogo Almeida actually came just behind Kev Allen, as Alonso Fonso now runs wide in the penultimate corner, because Diogo Almeida is really in the gearbox of Kev Allen. And I think here we make a move of that is Dale Taylor on Chris Russell, and that is the position. That is a position for Dale Taylor. That was a good execution there of the move in turn 1. Not the easiest place to overtake, but excellent from Dale Taylor, as Alonso Fonso, Jorge Jesus continues to work on Diogo Almeida. What a great battle here and he's going to break himself. Yes, a little nudge there to Diogo, just saying, hey, I'm here, but just let me through. I might be faster than you and might be able to attack Cavallan. Let's see where Cavallan has dropped to 5th place as Chris Russell continues to battle very, very actively with and he's also actively off the road now, as he was trying, I think, to move on the outside maybe, as he loses the position. He's back to 5th now because Cavallan is back in 4th place. But where did Simon Allen end up? He ended up in 12th place. Look at this. Simon Allen clearly had the worst outcome out of that tangle, and that's not surprising given that he was actually, look at this, Alonso Fonso now almost going through Diogo Almeida, but I was saying Simon Allen actually went into the grass and quite deep into the infield of the circuit, whilst Cavallan managed to escape relatively unscathed from that incident. And look at this, now we've got the battle all over the place here, the Portuguese drivers, and Diogo Almeida barely being able to defend from Jorge Jesus. They're now side by side into turn 3, and Diogo Almeida continues to be in front, but I think now Alonso Fonso is on the inside and he's going to go for it, and he's done it. Nice overtake there by Alonso Fonso, and clearly we are seeing a lot more clean moves in this second race compared to the first one. We already saw a nice move there by Del Taylor on Chris Russell also on various drivers, and now Alonso Fonso on Diogo Almeida. Diogo Silva continues to lead and now has got 5 seconds. Something must have happened, and that was of course the mix-up between the two islands clearly has given Diogo Silva quite an advantage, because he only had a couple of seconds at the end of lap 3. Now look at this, at the end of lap 5 he's got 5 seconds advantage and he's running away with it, but we are still in the first third of this race. There's a lot of racing left here today, as Diogo Silva runs wide now here in turn 1. A little bit of a mistake there. Scott Davely is in 9th place, and he's behind Frankie that had such a good run in the first race. Now he's defending his 8th place from Scott. Scott had a discreet qualifying here, and now he's trying to make up a few places in the race, as it's customary in his race strategy. I think he's now going to go now for an inside move into Frankie into turn 2. No, he thinks better and doesn't do it, and now Frankie has outbraked himself on his own, and Scott Davis comes on the inside, but they touch. Nice defending there by Frankie. He clearly does not want to give up that 8th place. 7th is Diogo Almeida, 6th is Alonso Fonso. In front of them, 5th is Chris Russell, that has been yo-yoing between 3rd, 4th and 5th, and a nice battle here for 8th place right now, as Alonso Fonso now has found Chris Russell, and Alonso Fonso clearly having scored no points in the first race due to a DNS. He is going to be very interested in ensuring at least a top 5 position, and I wonder if Chris Russell is going to have the pace to defend from the Portuguese driver, as they are now nose to tail at the end of the 6th lap, and they are nose to tail in such a way that actually Alonso Fonso hits him in the back, and Chris Russell comes back, but for how much longer can he? Oh, and Alonso Fonso now has made a mistake himself. Where is Diogo Almeida? Can he make a move? Well, can he make a move? I don't know. I was a bit puzzled here with this battle, because I thought that we probably moved to another battle, but this was Alonso Fonso and Chris Russell. Sorry, that must have been some other battle. I think that might have been Frankie and Scott Davey, and not Alonso Fonso and Diogo Almeida, as clearly these three continue to be together. And now look at this, Alonso Fonso is on the inside, and and that was a bit of a move there. I think that he presses the reset button, but clearly he's lost time. I think Chris was trying to protect the inside, but clearly George thought that he had a gap, and in fact I think he had a gap there. It's just that then he couldn't stop on time, and then Chris coming back into the racing line just made contact with George, and George ended up spinning anyway. We continue to have this battle for 5th place, but now with Diogo Almeida following crease, with Alonso Fons actually only dropping to 7th, so he's probably going to join this battle sometime soon given his pace. Scott Davis continues to be behind Frankie. Stuart Brett, we haven't seen too much of him after a fairly good first race. He is in 10th place, 11th is Mike Langley, 12th is still Simon Allen. What has happened to Simon Allen? We know he went off, but we also know that he is a very, very quick driver, so we were kind of half expecting him to already recover. And look at this, this is Kev Allen now on Dale Taylor. This is the battle for third, and Kev clearly coming back into a podium position. I think he's going to go for a move now, or is he going to go on the outside instead of the inside? Locks up, and Dale continues to be. But look at this, Kev has now a much better exit from turn 3, and I think he's got now the inside for turn 4, and he's got the job done. Now Dale Taylor comes back at him, gives him space, and I think now Kev has the job done. That was another good overtake there by Kev Allen. Certainly very, very eager to finish on the podium here today. We are at the end of lap 8, and Kev Allen is back into third with Darren Head now in second. Unfortunately, they are all losing time to leader Diogo Silva, that has now 9 seconds advantage at the midpoint. So Diogo clearly very, very well positioned to achieve his first victory of this spring season. These two continue to be actively battling as they both locked up in turn 1. That was Kev Allen and Dale Taylor. I mean, Chris Russell 5th, now 6th is Diogo Almeida, but this trio of drivers now seems to have calmed down a little bit. Also, the gaps between them are slightly higher, so we don't have an immediate battle for 5th place in our hands. And behind we have we are seeing something that we have not seen in many laps here at the Red Bull Ring in both races, which is positions are starting to become more or less stable. There aren't a lot of groups of drivers circulating in close company. This is Mike Langley making his return to Old Fox Racing PS4, not with a lot of practice for this combo. He's down in 12th place at the moment. Simon Allen has gone through, he's in 11th, but Simon clearly has had a rate of recovery that was not as good as Kev, because Kev has already recovered the original position he was on before that tango, which was third. Effectively only lost the position to Darren Head, and Simon is struggling to get into the top 10 here, so I wonder that's not the start of the season that Simon Allen certainly wanted, as now we've got a battle for second, as Kev Allen has actually found the back of Darren Head, and it's going to be fascinating to watch over the final 5 laps of this race. Kev Allen is certainly seems to have the better pace compared to Darren, and I wonder how much Darren is going to be able to resist the pressure that Kev Allen and certainly is going to put on him. Kev Allen, of course, the reigning champion of All Fox Racing PS4. He was the champion in the winter season as well as the champion of 2020, and certainly after a poor start to the season with a 10th place in race 1, he's going to go for it and try to at least finish second. I think first is going to be tricky unless Diogo Silva makes a mistake. Look at this, Darren, who has made a small mistake there, and he's already protecting the inside, but now they're going through the last section of the circuit, and Kev just seems to be faster, and he's gaining ground lap, corner after corner to Darren. Look at this, Darren already going defensive there on the start finish line and trying to protect the inside into turn 1. I think Kev is probably going to wait until turn 2, and look at this, now Darren has made a mistake, and certainly Kev is sensing an opportunity here. He's side by side, and these two are side by side into turn 2. That's going to be fascinating to watch. I think that Kev is now done the job, and Darren drops to third. He doesn't even, and Kev has outbraked himself after completing the move, and Darren comes back at him now, almost contact there, but this battle is absolutely fascinating. Now into turn 3, Darren Head is protecting the inside. Can Kev Allen make a move? I think he's going to try to make a move. No, he thinks better and doesn't do it, but look at this, I think Darren Head's tires are also finished because he's just sliding there through turn 3, and now still 4 laps to go at the end of this one, and the battle for second is definitely not close, but Diogo Silva just continues to gain ground. He's leading now by more than 11 seconds. Let's try to see the other battles on the track. Now this is Chris Russell. Chris has made a bit of a recovery here. He was not very close to Dale Taylor, but look at this now. It's completely nose to tail, and certainly Chris is going to try to finish in his favorite position of 4th place in this race. I think that's the best he can aim at the moment, unless of course these two drivers tango in front of him, which would open a podium position for him. Look at this now. Cav is again going to try on, this time maybe on the inside of turn 2. He's coming closer to Darren. Darren is trying to protect the inside. Nice battle between these two. But now look at this. Cav makes a late move and brakes in time, but doesn't really pass Darren. Slight contact at the exit of turn 2. Nice but clean battle. Very, very solid performance by both of these drivers. Hard but clean battle there into... Oh, and Darren Head now in turn 3, and Kev Allen as well is sliding. I think both their tires are completely finished. They are just sliding around turn 3. It's a very, very slippery corner, and when your tires are gone, it's even more difficult. The battle also between Chris Russell and Dale Taylor continues, and look at this. Dale is actually not that far behind the Cav, so we might have a grand battle here for second place between these 4 drivers if Darren and Cav continue to slide and lose time in turn 3. Now that we have 3 laps to go at the end of this one, Chris Russell running wide there in the final section, and so did Dale Taylor. Now Dale has made a mistake and Chris is coming at him. I think Chris has got the job done because he's got more speed to the start-finish line. Certainly, I think that Dale is going to have to yield here. Yes, he yields the position. But look at this now. It's Chris Russell's turn to make a mistake into turn 1, and now Dale Taylor comes inside him. This is excellent stuff, actually, and really completely different from race 1. We are seeing a lot of respect between all these drivers, and Chris Russell has hit the back of Dale Taylor. And now they are lapping a driver, and Chris has gone through, but Dale clearly might have felt a little bit bad there because he was braking and was just hit behind by Chris. Chris gets the position in 4th place, and I'm certain that this battle has not finished just yet, as Mike Langley now is battling very, very hard with Stuart Brand for 11th place, but of course they are battling as hard as if they were battling for the lead of this race, and Mike Langley would really love to finish in the top 10 of this race. Simon Allen is up to 9. Frankie is in 8th place. Sorry, Dale Taylor now has actually dropped behind Alonso Fonso and also behind Joe Almeida, that's up into 5th position. Mike Langley continues to try to get to the top 10, but it's going to be a little bit tricky because we only have a couple of laps to go. Chris Russell now under pressure from Diogo Almeida. That is sensing opportunity here because Chris's tires, I think they're also finished at this point, as Diogo is probably going to try. Kev Allen is actually not that far ahead of these drivers, so maybe there is still a podium here for one of these drivers. Darren Head, look at this. Darren Head's actually opened the gap of 4 seconds, and I think the top 2 are basically decided unless something really, really strange and weird happens. Diogo Silva is going to be the winner of this race, and Darren Head is going to finish in 2nd place. They will just swap positions from the first race. They will both have the same number of points, and of course, because they finished 1st and 2nd respectively in the 1st and the 2nd races, they will be in the lead of this championship after the first round of 2 races, as we're still having a battle here for 4th place. That is Chris Russell, and Chris actually is very, very close to Kev Allen, so I wonder if there's going to be a battle for the podium here, as Alonso Fonso is also not completely out of it either, as he's in 6th place, and that's going to be a good result for him after a no score in the first race. Look at this. This is Frankie and Simon now. And Simon now making a move in turn 1. That was a good move as he goes up to 8th place. But Frankie is not done with it, and he's going to come at him into the inside of turn 2. He's going. Can he break on time? I think he can, but so does Simon now, and then Simon keeps the position. Nice respectful driving between these two, but I think Simon has got the position now, and he's going to finish 8th as Diogo Silva comes to take the checkered flag. It was almost a perfect race for him as he led every lap, just like Darren had did in the first race. It has been a while since we saw 2 victories by 2 different drivers in the round, and they both led every lap of the race. Darren had also finishing in 2nd place. That's a good result for him at the start of this championship, and the 3rd place is going to be for reigning champion Kaf Awan, who will have a lot of work to do if he is to catch Darren and Diogo over the coming rounds. 4th is Chris Russell, 5th is Diogo made a good result for him, 6th is Alonso Fonso, 7th is Dale Taylor, 8th is Simon Allen, 9th is Frankie, and I believe that 10th is going to be Scott Davely with Stuart Brandon 11th, 12th is going to be Mike Langley, 13th is going to be Jambo. We haven't seen too much of him, not a great round for him. 14th is going to be Todd Antonio, and 15th is going to be Barry Evans that has joined the 2nd race, making a return as well into Old Folks Racing PS4. We had a total of 15 starters and 15 finishers, and what a race this was. It's certainly a lot more interesting than the first race. Fewer crashes, more interesting overtakes, and that's what we like to see in Old Folks Racing PS4. A lot of respect between these drivers, and also a lot of good hard racing, but always clean, as we now come to an end in this round 1 confirmation there of the result. Look at this, Darren had up 5 positions again from qualifying. He really has been an expert of climbing up the grid here at the Red Bull Ring. There are the point standings with Diogo and Darren co-leading this championship. Join us for the next round next week.